Welcome to Performance Rewired. I'm Dana. I'm a coach, a strategist, and a systems expert for high-achieving professionals who are done trading their health for results. This podcast is for executives, entrepreneurs, and elite performers who want to rewire the way that they work so they can lead, perform, and live with more energy and control. Each episode is packed with straight-shooting insights and tools to help you build a system that sustains success from the inside out. No fluff, no burnout, just performance rewired. Now let's get to it. Hello and welcome to Performance Rewired. I'm super excited because it's my very first episode, so I'm excited to have you here. So on today's episode, we are going to talk about why high performers fail at basic health habits. It's crazy to think that, as a high performer, somebody who's able to scale a business from the bottom up, build a business from the bottom up, manage an entire team of like 1 million people, and yet when it comes to health and wellness, it's like out the window. So we're going to talk a little bit about why that happens. So first I want to start off by saying it's not like a structural failure. It's not personal failure either, which I know that's really hard for a lot of us to understand, like especially high performers. We think that when we're not doing something right, it's like a big personal failure. And I'm here to say it's actually not a major personal failure when it comes to lacking in health, especially when you're busy doing 1 million other things. It comes down to the fact that you're running on outdated systems. So one of the main reasons why these systems don't work for high performers is really because high performers are like made for pressure. You guys love feeling the pressure. You love having that like intense deadline and just like, oh my gosh, we have to get this done. And we have to spend the next like 20 hours a day for the next I don't know how many days that you guys are willing to work 7 days a week in order to get something accomplished, which is absolutely amazing. But you're not good at sustainability. You're really, really good at working under pressure, but health isn't about pressure. It's about literally sustainability. You guys, I'm sorry, you're not really good at that. And that's one of the main reasons why it's such a big problem for you guys when it comes to just like making health and wellness a normal part or a consistent part of your life and your busy schedule. Another main reason, probably the number one reason I actually have seen why high performers struggle so much with this is because most health plans, and I'm going to say like health plans like this, like health plans are not designed for high performers in a volatile, high responsibility environment. So what does that mean? Perfect example. I see it happening all the time. An executive, an entrepreneur, a startup founder, someone who's just like so insanely busy. You go and you talk to just somebody who is in the health and wellness field, but that person is used to just dealing with someone with a kind of a more like technically like we'll say like a regular schedule, like a 9-to-5 job where they're able to come home, where they're able to make time for their health and wellness, for their fitness program, for their eating program. They're able to meal prep and everything like that. So then you go up to this person, you're going to say like, hey, like I need help. So what this person's going to do is like, of course, they're going to jump out the opportunity to help you. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to make you change your schedule for their plan. And you don't have time for that. You're working like 7 million hours a week. You don't have time to wake up, go to work, come home, or go to the gym, come home, spend time with family, and then do it all over. You don't have that normal schedule. So what these people are doing, and there's nothing wrong with what they're doing, but they just simply don't understand that your work schedule is it's very tight, and it's very, you don't have much time to like literally even use the restroom. How on earth are you expected to fit their plan that they want you to do to rearrange your schedule around the plan? It just simply doesn't work. And that is one of the number one things that I see with high performing individuals such as yourself. The reason that you can't make it work is because you're hiring people who don't understand your schedule. You're hiring people who want you to dedicate your schedule around their plan, but they're not willing or they don't understand how to turn their plan into your busy schedule, how to literally add it so that you're not actually adding more time that you don't have into health and wellness. They're not understanding that it actually has to fit in your already busy schedule. And that is literally probably the number one thing that I see when it comes to working with my clients is I've hired 20 different people and it hasn't worked. It's because you're hiring the wrong people. You're hiring people who just don't understand your schedule just doesn't work for their traditional plans. And then the third main reason that I see why there's so much struggle when it comes to implementing health and wellness into your already busy, crazy schedule is that you guys will go all in the very beginning, right? Let's say like the first 2 to 4 weeks, you go all in. You're you're working with that person who wants you to dedicate your life around their schedule, and you're like, I can do this, and you go all in, and you're literally running on 2 hours of sleep because you're already you're putting that person's schedule into your life instead of telling them no, you need to make this work into my schedule. You're going around that person's new schedule for you. You're trying to meal prep, which is insane because you don't have time to meal prep. You don't even have time to literally eat by yourself in your office or anything like that, but yet you're going to have time to meal prep. Okay. But you're going to go really, really hard for maybe 4 weeks at the absolute most. I've never seen anybody surpass 4 weeks when it comes to living the lifestyle that you guys live. But you're going to go all in, and then all of a sudden you break. You break and you fall apart and it doesn't work. And then you just stop working. And then you just literally crumble back in and it all just falls apart. And then your health just goes back to being exactly where it was before. Not being a priority, not even being a factor in your life. You're not taking care of yourself. You're eating like crap. You're sleeping like crap. You're running on 20 cups of coffee a day, and it's not even 8 a.m. by the time you have all those coffees. And you're literally losing your mind. So here's what I build for my clients, and here's why it actually works. I create a personal health operating system. I don't do the plug and play programs that are out there, which is nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to someone of your caliber, you need something that operates within your busy schedule. And that's what I do. I make sure that every single thing that I do fits into your already busy schedule. And I make it absolutely mindless when it comes to you. So you don't even have to think about it anymore. And I automize, is that the word? I think automize is the word, but I literally put everything on autopilot so you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just exist, and then I have everything happen for you. Minus, that you have to do a few things when it comes to moving your body physically, but other than that, everything else is automated. There we go, automated, so that it's done for you. That's what I do. That's what I help you guys do. I design these things that fit in your schedule. I don't make you redo everything. I don't make you rewire your schedule to fit with my program that I think is the best in the world. No, it's literally, okay, here's your schedule. When can we do this? What? And it works. And it literally, even if you're hey, I only have 5 to 10 minutes to move my body away from being in the office, I'm all right, that's 5 to 10 minutes of movement that I'm going to make you do. And it works. It works really, really well, especially for those of you who just have zero time to do anything on your own. So let me leave you with this. If your calendar is structured perfectly, but your health isn't, your system will break. Eventually, everything will fall apart if you're just not prioritizing your health or implementing health into your everyday life. What you need is a better habit, an internal infrastructure that keeps you high functioning even when everything else goes sideways. If this episode hit home for you, send it to another high performer in your life who is complaining about the same thing that you are when it comes to making businesses work and doing really, really well when it comes to that, but then letting your health fail. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to Performance Rewired. If this episode gave you clarity, sparked a new insight, or challenged how you think about high performance, make sure you follow the show and leave a quick review. I work with entrepreneurs, executives, and elite professionals whose internal systems can't keep up with their external success. Through the HD method, I help you build a sustainable foundation for energy, focus, and long-term performance without adding more to your already full plate. And if you're ready to stop running on empty and start operating at your highest level, click on the link below and book a call. Until next time, rewire your performance and reclaim your edge.